Welcome everyone to our talk, Quality Architect, How to Become a Unicorn, as part of the QA set days of 2021. Today we have a very impressive panel, and you can leave all your comments or questions in the chat on our Community C platform. We will be answering the questions in the end, and this session will be recorded and available next week for everyone to rewatch. So I'm going to introduce our lovely panelists. They have a very impressive trajectory within EPAM, and in general, they've been in this industry for a while now. So they're the experts that are going to tell us all the secrets. First, we have Tanya. She's a senior engineering manager within the company and has a PhD. Next up is Svetlana. She's one of our quality architects level 2 within EPAM. And finally, we have Marina. She's a director of software engineering, and she also has a PhD. So welcome all ladies. And before starting, could you tell us a little bit more about yourselves? Maybe a nice hobby that you have besides working so hard and being the best testers.
Thank you very much, and welcome to this presentation. We are making right now jokes that right now we have a critical mass of testers here, and we can predict some maybe technical issues or so on. That's really explanation why testing and quality engineering is so valuable. Why do we need it, and so on. So if some stuff would happen, don't be afraid. I would start from myself, and I have started my career as a developer. Then I have worked with big data, then with business analysis and testing. And that is why I can say that quality architecture that we would discuss today is really passion and is really about wide and big picture. And it allows us to dive deeper, to understand the problems, and use all these skills together to solve big and small problems, both on our and customer side. So, and happy to pass the floor to Sveta.
Yeah, hi, everyone. Yes, my name is Sveta. I'm a quality architect, and during the last 3 years, I have been working as an expert in testing competency center. It's a very interesting journey, and during this session, I'm going to share some of the secrets with you. So be with us. Let me pass the floor to Tatiana.
Hi all, my name is Tatiana, as already mentioned, and I'm engineering manager, but my first primary skill is also testing, and the main focus as for today is developing of the testing expertise on Western Ukraine region and quality architects as well. Today I will be responsible for switching between the presentations. So as Marina already told, we expected a lot of glitches, bugs, other related testing stuff. Okay, so let's move on. We prepared questions to the audience. Let me switch to the Mentimeter. Okay, guys, so could you please go to the Menti.com and use the code 32196478. It's on the top of the slide. And could you please answer the question to give us the better understanding what is the audience, what the pains you have. So the first question is, have you ever started project or testing on project from scratch? This question has two options, yes, no, so please do not hesitate to answer. I hope we have a lot of people join it. Okay.
And
Looks
Tanya,
like
what about you? How many times you started projects from scratch? Do you remember?
difficult to count, maybe 10 times, maybe more. What about you, Marina?
Marina, you are muted.
You are muted, looks like.
As we have
First
promised,
issues,
yeah?
okay.
Some issues, yeah. I suppose that more than 10 times, sometimes you're starting a new project, sometimes you're starting new account, sometimes you're starting just testing on this project, and there are a lot of challenges, issues, pains, depending on the level of the start and level of communication that already exists on still should be built. So please share your experience. Have you had project or just testing or something from scratch? Because
Looks
it seems
like
to me that everybody sometimes in their career says that, okay, I want to have a new project. I want to start something from scratch. So were you already capable to do it, or at least had some possibility?
looks like we have a quite experienced audience in starting project from scratch or testing from scratch. Okay, let's give, let's say, 20 seconds to finish
To the
with
most
this
shy
question.
people.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
move on to the next one.
Sorry to interrupt. Our community C is down, so if we can pause a little bit or go a little bit slower while the server is back up, so we can have like all the questions and comments in the chat over there. So maybe we can give a little bit more time to the audience to answer the Menti
Sure.
questions
With
here.
pleasure.
So let's wait a bit.
So we are promised that Mentimeter can process something like 2,000 of requests or hits per moment, but you see right now
Let's
the
test.
results.
We are doing
We already
performance
have
testing, yeah?
Yeah, performance one.
manual performance testing.
Manual performance one, yes, but anyway, it's performance. So I have such kind of experience from one of my project when together with the testing lead, we performed performance testing with the iPhone. We press the button and then look. 20 seconds. Okay, acceptable. Test is passed. It was really funny.
So can we move to the next one?
April, yes, can we move to the next one?
Yes, hopefully they're still seeing us from YouTube since Community C is down, but if not, they will have to watch the recording.
Okay,
Oh,
let's
so we
move
have issue
on.
not on Mentimeter, we have issue on community
No, we
With
that.
have the
community
issue in
that,
Community C.
yeah.
Yeah.
So the next question is related to the previous one. Tell us the main challenges and blockers you had during the starting new project or testing of the project from the scratch. Let's share the pain with us. The code is still the same, so you could put your answers and I hope they will appear on the screen. Okay, one answer is ready. It's really great. No process, unclear requirements, lack of information. It's great. Any house. Okay.
I think we had almost the same answers while testing this plan.
Maybe any management style. Oh, poor
Yeah,
management.
management.
It's really great. Yeah. Prove the testing needed.
That's interesting.
So you
one.
need to prove the testing needed. Okay. Okay, got it. And availability of tools. It's interesting. But a big area for improvement finally. Sveta, do you have any challenges? Did you have any challenges from the past? Could you tell us something?
I think I had all these challenges mentioned on the screen. Yeah. Each story when you start the project from scratch is a new one, but challenges remain the same.
The same, yeah.
It's always funny. Desire to
I
move
see we
fast.
have poor
That's one.
management and lack of information just in top of our problems. Oh, cool.
Clear architecture, and why is clear architecture challenge?
Maybe missing lack of clear architecture, I
Yeah,
suppose.
most probably yes.
No one cares. Oh, guys, big
About the
data, that's
stability.
great technical challenge.
Okay.
Management.
It's really critical one as I saw.
Unresponsive customer.
Selection of the right tools. Okay. Resistance. Oh, resistance. Yeah, resistance from the client side, as I got maybe.
Next topic should be dedicated to test management.
Oh, we have a
Desire
winner.
to move fast. Yes, poor management, I think. But it's tricky one. Poor management from our side or from the client representatives.
Or from both sides.
Or from
Both
both
sides at the beginning, I
sides, and lack of
suppose.
communication. Yeah. So absence of BA. Okay, it's non issue. You need to survive.
Thanks a lot. Oh, desire to move fast. That's great. Yeah, we should move, but we don't know where to move. Poor top management we have here also. Lack of context. Awesome. Great
So
pain points. Thanks a lot for the involvement.
Yes, thank you for the answers. Let's move
Yeah,
on.
it was really
I think.
interesting.
What do you think? Let's move to the next.
Yeah, it's great. We are on the same page, and that's exactly what we would focus today on.
And pains are in common the same. Okay, the next question. Also two options. Have you worked on red projects? I hope everybody knows what is the red projects. Not everybody. Okay. Red.
There are some lucky engineers.
When something is going not as expected, behind the schedule, resources, quality is not good, escalations, a lot of useful meetings with the top management to resolve.
Tanya, I can feel your
Sorry.
pain. I can feel it right now.
So, who has worked with firefighting?
If it was question to us, I think we all had such kind of experience. Yeah. But it's really nice to see that people have such kind of experience. It's also important to make a lessons learned and improve something. Okay, I think let's wait for 10 seconds and we could go to the next question. Okay, it's great that such experience already exists, and the next is related to the red projects. Any ideas
Why
to share
they're
with
red?
us? Yes, about the root causes. Why they're red? Yeah. Hope Mentimeter is still working. The survey will explain today. So customer, yes, unrealistic estimations. Management, okay. No final goal. Yes, it's like about the samurai. They haven't goal, but they have the journey. Poor quality of what? Overall product quality. What do you think? Okay, management is a leader.
Ooh, cool.
Again, yeah, and again. I like this answer. Promises, unrealistic promises. Looks like pre-sale
Please the client.
was interesting.
Stupid management, also nice answer.
Fair enough.
Fair enough, yeah. But customer and the management are still leading here.
Complexity, we also have this answer. Not motivated team. That's an interesting one.
Maybe because technologies are old, nothing interesting here, or legacy project.
Or poor
Oh,
management.
stupid
Or
management.
poor management, sorry. Or poor management.
Underestimating, so that's exactly
Scope
the
creep.
pain.
Yes, what is poor planning, application architecture. Stop, please, the client.
Fair enough, I would say.
But yes, but it's funny. When you are reading these root causes, you have your own experience related to the words. So reactions, personal, but interesting. Okay, looks like we are done also with answers here.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks a lot for the really for the answering, and the pain are still the same. So let's share the pain. We also prepared the main pain points from our side, and I will start from my example, and then Sveta and Marina will pick up. I generally call ping pony world when the tester, let's say young tester, young from the perspective of expertise, joined the new project, and after the talk with client, he's very excited, and she or he thinks that client is really cool. He's looking for the best practices and fully trust you, and client is very open to introduce new effective testing process, and testers are happy. They present all the time something new, something innovative, and all the time they got a pushback from the client. Our processes are fair enough. Everything is okay. Our approach is the best one. From the other side, in such situation, testing teams stop to propose something new, and we have opposite situation when customer or client start to escalate. Why you stop proposing something new? Why you stop proposing something innovative to improve our ideal process, to make it more ideal? And At the end, we have some frustration. We need to make rotation because we observe the burnout of the people, or if you are lucky and you are the test manager, you have the test manager or architect or whatever, or tester on the project, you need to find additional resources how to survive and have the finish this project, let's say, in time and budget, and make finally the client happy. The other point we have when we join the new project, or maybe not the new project, we may have other vendors also related and also involved into the testing of the functionality. And in Pinky Pony Vault, we think, oh, these vendors, they are so nice guys during the kickoff meeting, during the introduction meeting. Oh, we will propose something what can improve overall the quality, and they will follow our recommendation because we have the same goal. It's obvious we want to improve the quality and deliver the quality product. But in real world, it looks like we have the different goals, and all other vendors have very often has other opinions and other strategy. So we have not the work to reach the common goal, but something like the competition. Who will find more bugs, who will reopen after the other teams more bugs, and so on. This also is reality, and we need to survive and find the way how they manage other vendors, hire proper, talk to the client, how they improve everything. As I already said, very often clients think that they have solid, effective, really expandable process, and it can be reused. And they share with us this process. And we are really very happy when we realized that this process can be reused. It is not effective, and we need to build it from the scratch. But customer has really mature test manager who already 20 years follows this existing process, which is ideal. So we have other challenges. So we need to explain that we can't automate everything as customer wants, that we need really change something, and that the customer thinks that he care about the product quality, but in the reality, we saw something different. And with all these issues in the real world, we need to know how to survive, what to do, what are the best practices, and how to manage the client and the quality in the right way which is expected from us as a test manager. I think I'm done, so I pass my words to the Sveta.
Yes, Tanya, we are working in a competitive environment, definitely. And almost each day we need to differentiate ourselves and to show why a PAM is the best. Of course, different challenging situations happen from time to time, and such huge accounts come with requests to testing competency center and ask for assistance quite often. For example, less than a year ago, we analyzed recommendations made by Gartner as a result of QA audits they had performed, proposed additional improvements, calculated one-time expenses and potential annual savings. In a month, we helped the same account to create an optimization plan and model for making predicted capacity. This engagement took part in the team focused on regression test automation. In sum, we addressed escalation on the same account. The customer complained about the high rework due to big number of bugs for one of their products. In scope of this exercise, experts from Testing Competency Center recalculated rework, compared gathered results with industry targets and benchmarks, and assisted in determining further steps, how to shift testing left and create predictive but not reactive measures. And even at the current moment, TCC experts are assisting in finding out test automation inefficiencies into products for the same account. Together with delivery leads, we are creating proposal with improvements, and the plan is to present it to an UVP on the customer side. So you see how different and challenging requests are even for the same account, and how demanded the experts are, those who can take part in such engagements. Right, Marina, what do you have on your plate?
Yeah, thank you very much. And I would be the next. When we are talking about pain points and we were discussing issues to start projects from scratch and so on and so on, I can mention that rather traditional stuff is when we have gap between what initially during, for example, pre-sale phase, we were told by customers. And if we have skipped some information and believed our customers, we would pay for it on implementation phase. So let's have some illustrative example. At the beginning, we were maybe a little bit naive, and we were promised by our customer who wanted to have digital transformation that on their side they have great customer setup and developers are integrated deeply into testing. So they have 6 developers, 1 tester, but developers are creating automation testing and blah blah blah. They have a variety of testing levels, unit integration, end-to-end, exploratory. They have test data management system and Tanya, one more.
Sorry?
Yeah, and they have big data sets for performance testing. So it was a really awesome picture. So during interviewing, they created such an expectation that yes, we can map their setup and operate in a similar way and can just help them to transform and to do it faster. But the reality was absolutely other. In reality, the testing process was silent. Different types of testing was done by different teams, so no ownership, no reliability at all. Performance testing was just separated from this release pipeline at all. Sometimes, somehow, for some teams, some separate organization maybe would do something. No right product mix set up on dev staging. You can only imagine the situation when on the first environment, second, and production environment, you have absolutely different configuration. So you cannot rely on your testing. And the last but not the least, maybe the most important, when finally we stopped with this belief game, yeah, but dive deeper into reality and managed corresponding metrics, we got that they have more than 8,000 of bugs, almost 9,000 of bugs reported by their end users from production. That is why uh, we understand that big gap exists between what we are told at the beginning, what we are promised, and actual reality. But how to understand what the problem is, how to dive deeper under the hood, how not to create such discrepancies, and or how to manage them if we are already in such situation. So everything is already solved. Now we need to survive somehow. Uh, I suppose that right now you understand that it's not only for some test lead, team lead, or project manager. You need to combine many skills to solve such issues as we have described. So, Sveta, please. Not Sveta, it's my slide,
It's yours.
please. Yep,
Yes.
the next one. Where do we operate and why right now we are talking about quality architects? According to the market research, we are not market is not so interested right now in some traditional and core IT services. We have 2 big and growing markets. One of digital technology services, so all the digital transformation, and especially previous year, pandemic year, pushed the business from offline to online. A lot of retailers, e-commerce project, healthcare project, bank projects. Previously, they were capable to operate face-to-face, offline, sit with customer, drink some coffee and solve the issue. Or right now they want to have scale. They want to have cloud solution and they want to transform their business fast. And what do you suppose? Is their business really ready for transformation? Do they really have some documentation, requirements, descriptions? Yeah, the answer is mostly no. And often we need to do two in one: technology transformation and even business transformation, and optimize business transformation also. So we have two huge growing markets that should be covered, and quality is on the top of these problems. Because if you are transforming the business, but let's talk about e-commerce right now, but for example, your new online shop is not good enough. You are sitting, waiting uh, for your pages and so on and so on. You are just out of the market because competency on the market is huge. And you need to get this big picture on what's going on right now. Where are we going? What is our aim? And path, how to reach this aim. Let's go to the next. So what was our idea? We understood that just operation on team level is not enough to solve these new existing challenges. So we were growing quality architecture as a discipline. So not only some pre-sale activities or some firefighting activities or audit activities, but to see this big picture, how to grow, how to make the bridge between sale part, between discovery phases, implementation. Hope no, but still that's our reality, firefighting and finally smooth operation. So we have started with basic idea and some people who are already working in this discipline. Then finally, we have created skill matrix that describes who are our quality architects, and we will talk today about this. Then we have reached next level and we're getting a little bit more than 20 quality architects on different levels in different locations. And after it, we created school to grow quality architects, because quality architects are really the people who are solving these challenges on a regular basis. They are really unicorns right now. They are solving both firefighting, audits, pre-sales, discoveries, start of the project, and they are owning this big picture. And definitely, if you are talking about some school, it's only the beginning. It's continuous learning path right now in EPAM that you can join if you like. And you can help company. You can enjoy yourself by these wonderful activities, how to onboard the business, how to solve issues and make the world better. I understand that it sounds like, okay, we all want to change something, but it's always about transformations. Let's go on.
Это.
So now I think we are ready to determine who is a quality architect. I would probably surprise you, but often we feel ourselves like real Sherlock Holmes. So because you don't have single source of truth, and thus you need to bring together information from different sources to understand the real state. Let me share some real life examples with you. One client requested QA audit, and the initial request, the main goal for us was to assess test automation coverage on the project and suggest how to fix any possible gaps. So we started from interviewing project manager and realized that there were no defined targets for test automation coverage. Okay, that's why the second step was, guess what? To review CI/CD pipeline. And we were really surprised to find out that even having test automation in place, there were no CI approach. Can you imagine? Yeah, but this is the reality.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, test
Unbelievable,
automation
yeah.
engineers, they ran tests on their local machines without even having any value from test automation. That's why we decided to measure, if possible, test coverage by ourselves and find out by means of Sonar Cubes that coverage of unit testing was about 10%, but functional coverage won't be possible to calculate due to, guess what, missing requirements described in Jira. Yeah, that's the reality of quality architects. So we found out that QA didn't have a unique place with requirements described. As all of you might know, requirements is a basis for quality assurance. And of course, we supported our assumption with defect containment calculation that the quality might probably won't be cool in this stuff in such environment. And yes, defect containment was less than 30%, while industry target is more than 95. The quality was low, and team workload analysis also showed that only 20% of their capacities is spent on delivery-related activities and testing. So you see how initial problem statement related to test automation coverage resulted in huge processes and quality-related issues. Another quite funny example, at the QA audit kickoff meeting, a local QA manager described me a beautiful picture of a perfectly structured agile process. And later it turned out that the team didn't have even iterations defined. So each assignment, each new story, and you need to discover it again and again. So who is a quality architect? It's a technical enough detective, I would say, with good domain knowledge, who can speak with business, knows different methodologies and best practices, who can formalize the most effective test strategy. And of course, negotiation and presentation skills very important for QARC. And what are the main activities in delivery of such specialists? In most cases, these are specialists who can speak the same language with the customer and formalize his request shortly. That's why, like 3 years ago, we had test leads managing 2 or 3 Scrum teams, growing in test managers, and that was enough, and everybody were happy. But now, from big accounts, we have requests like, please give me 20 architects tomorrow, or better, yesterday. We scale, as Marina mentioned, and we need people who can see the picture in scale for more than 5-6 teams or for the whole account. More and more companies are getting interested in digital transformation, and in rare cases, the customer can formulate what he wants to get as a result of this transformation. But in most cases, we need specialists who can speak, who can understand, and formalize shortly what exactly is needed. So these are also areas of responsibility for quality architects. And we also need these specialists in test and competency center. Yes, and the main activities in TCC are doing pre-sales, upsales, QA audits, some consulting activities and researches. So if you are interested with everything that we have told you and still not scared, let me ask Marina to tell you how to grow as a quality architect.
We have a couple of minutes more before entering the Q&A session time, just to let you know, ladies.
Okay, yeah. So
Okay.
we have this year we started Quality Architect School, and kind of time for advertisement and announcement. Our next one would be end of October, and please apply for it. Right now, school takes something like 6.5 months. Why it's not such a strict number? Because we have a really flexible program. We are adding new topic, we are changing something, and the main topics that we cover is how to work with business architecture and requirements. What are the quality attributes, but how to work together with solution architects on the project. We dive deep into architecture styles and how architecture influences testing process. We educate how to make audits, upsales, pre-sales, how to collect metrics depending on different levels, because metrics for team and for C-level are two different stuff, I would say. What is true risk management? What is proper test strategy? Not from some internet template at all, but why do we really need and what should be here, and how this artifact can help you to drive and to transform your account. How to present it correctly depending on the audience, because again, if you make presentation for some technical guys and for product owners, business owners, and C-level, it's different approaches. And of course, we dive into technology domains and automation tools and accelerators. So after the school, you would understand how to drive quality assessment, and it helps you both on some new project, on your current project, on some red project, and so on. Develop plan how to solve the issues, strategy and tactic. How to set up measurable quality framework. So not some metrics that pass rate, but what is quality in general, how to scale this measurement, how to drive proactively situation with quality on the project, when to make some upsell, how to propose new idea, and how to estimate and build corresponding roadmap. So we had already 2 rounds, and welcome to join us on the third one. What I want to highlight right now, school is only school. It is the beginning. We have big learning paths. So Tanya, take the floor and impress.
Thank you, Marina. I hope after you described the scope of the school, we will have a lot of applications to the next run. But anyway, always the question is, okay, school is finished, I passed assessment, get first level, what is the next? How to improve my skill, what to do, what is the next? We have a lot of activities. We call it continuous learning path, and we can involve architecture of the first level and higher to the mentoring activities, to the lecturing during the quality architecture school. And we have really unique technology university for the quality architect, and we have our track where we already developed 4 courses, and all the architecture after the first level could apply pass certifications, get new knowledge in business domain to understand how to scale, how to communicate. The courses are really different and they are really interested, so you can become and more mature and resolve a lot of interesting and tricky tasks on your project. Of course, inside this learning path, we have technical community, and we also engage everybody to participate with the technical talks to share our knowledge, our experience to the audience, to the wider audience. In deep EPAM is really global, so we can share our experience between the different countries. So the place how to improve and what to improve is really wide. So join us, please apply to the school, and we will try to provide a lot of opportunities to grow fast and improve and improve and improve.
We would make unicorns from you.
Yes, and we will try to make unicorns, yes. And I think that's all, and we can continue to the questions if we have any.
April, what questions do we have?
Thank you, ladies. For now, I'm not seeing any questions in the chat, but I do have one. Is this architecture school available only for EPAMers or anyone else can join?
First, you need
As
to join a PAM.
Yeah, as for now, right now, we are mostly focused on EPAM. We are discussing possibilities, how to scale it abroad. But at first, yeah, we need several more rounds till we would bring this expertise to the market.
Right. Thank you. And what would you say is the most challenging part about this architecture school? Because I heard of other, like, not focused on testing, but more on software that are quite challenging and not everyone can pass the assessments. But what would be like your best advice for anyone joining this training?
So, girls, who would answer? Maybe we have different answers. Let's check it. What is the most challenging stuff?
To find free time to complete all the assignments, because we have delivery stuff, we have non-project stuff, and as additional you have architecture school, and the first question during the interviews is about efforts, how many hours per week I need to complete all the stuff. We haven't answered to this question, but a lot.
Yeah, I also maybe would add the following. It depends if you are joining school previously, you were something like functional tester or automation tester. If you were, for example, functional tester, all the topics with architecture and interaction with corresponding solution architects is a big challenge because you used to see the picture from one point of view, and right now you need to dive deeper to understand deployment diagram, to understand, for example, architectural diagrams, how different calls are organized, etc., and make proper strategy aligned with ideas proposed by solution architects. So that's the challenge. If you are joined, for example, as former or current automation tester, you potentially facing issues with big pictures, with requirement, with interviewing of customers. So what is the business need? How to make upsell? Because you're too technical. And at every moment of your life, you're starting to talk like previously you have seen it in my answer. I have started to talk about calls, architecture and deployment diagrams. So it's like a trend. You operate despite your audience with all this technical terminology, and sometimes you're losing your audience. So find the right balance and build great rapport with your customers or your team in a wide. Sveta, what would be your answer here?
Yeah, I just I
What
can
was the
help,
challenge for you?
but I
Risks?
just wanted to add the requirements to our participants. Anyway, they need to be IFO plus level, and they need to have test automation skills. Anyway, no matter from functional testing or some any other like domain, you need to have this level of E2 plus. Yeah. Yeah, because otherwise it will be too challenging for you to
But it
survive,
is
I
not a
would say.
stopper. Let's say
Yeah,
we
it's not a
have a
stopper.
lot of mentoring programs, yes, inside the EPAM. I tell this just for the newcomers to EPAM, maybe they're not aware about all courses we have inside, so you can cover this gap very fast if you will, which of course.
Yeah,
What topic
definitely.
was the most challenging from your point of view, Sveta?
Um, I think the most interesting is audits, maybe because this is what I prefer to do in my day-to-day activities, and I was interested to see how it will be presented and how our participants will take part in real assessments, and what they will bring, what findings, what recommendations, what roadmap for improvements. For me, it was the most interesting topic.
Thank
Got
you.
it.
We have a question here. As a quality architect, are you working on a billable position, like in a project? And if yes, what are your main responsibilities during the implementation phase of the SDLC?
Awesome. So,
Sveta, maybe you will answer.
So we have different types of engagements. It can be billable, it can be IP dedicated position when you help accounts, when you help with firefighting. Yes, and of course in delivery we have huge amount of quality architects who are engaged in implementation, who are defining the strategy from scratch and quality improvements program. So who are controlling this all this tech. So these are the main activities, I would say, for quality architects and delivery. Marina,
yeah,
would you
if you're
agree?
talking about deliveries, and I definitely want to jump in, because, for example, we are here from different, a little bit different organization. Sveta is from TCC, I'm from delivery, and I would say that if you are working in delivery as a quality architect, that yes, mostly you're billable. Yes. What do you do? First of all, in delivery, so after pre-sale, you are working on discovery phase. So you are trying to shape the situation, you are trying to start the project, you are trying to make some first understanding what's going on, build first software development life cycles from quality point of view, propose measurable framework, and make first proof of concepts. So it's the beginning. Also, you act as a firefighter. So you join the project when you have significant quality issues, when your customer is unhappy with current level of quality. And you can have, for example, perfect team on the account, but they have already this strict vision. So you join with new vision. You make kind of assessment what's going on right now, what is good, what is bad, what is your quick wins that could be done immediately, what is the plan for the next changes. So how to improve the situation, and you measure always current situation, you analyze current situation, you propose solution for the team and scalable solutions, and then you describe how to drive this process, because quality architect is like delivery manager in test. You are two in one. You are owning the quality process from one point of view, and you are owning quality architecture from other point of view. That is why the answer is definitely yes.
Yeah, thank you. We are on
And
time. Sorry to interrupt. We are on time, and we have another couple of questions. Maybe you can help us answer them directly on the community C chat, because we are on time. Thank you so much for sharing your expertise with us. It was a very interesting talk and panel, and I just want to thank everyone watching, and we are going to meet again in the next talks. Thank you, Tanya, Marina, Svetlana, for all your knowledge. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank
thank
you.
you. Thank
See
you for
you. Bye.
questions. See
See
you.
you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.